Before we get into today's episode, I do want to say I kind of had an oopsie daisy. I lost the footage to the episode that I previously recorded, and yeah, we made a lot of progress, unfortunately, but I did roll back the world as far back as I could. So unfortunately, I couldn't roll back all the way to the beginning of the episode. So yeah, I basically crafted most of Galactic Craft and the first tier rocket. So that's kind of where this episode will pick up from. I'm Hunterx, and in today's episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode, we make some insane crazy weapons and also a insanely crazy pickaxe. We also happen to head to the moon. We need draconium, and the reason why we need draconium is because I want to make the dislocator from Draconic Evolution, which needs draconium dust, and the only way to get it currently is through the broken ore chunks or whatever, ore dust, which we get from getting the... Now that we've got the draconium, what we can go ahead and do is toss it into the smeltery. Hopefully it's going to melt down into draconium, which we can then pour into an ingot, and then once we do that, we can create of it, and then we can go ahead and crush it up to go ahead and make our dislocator. And you know what, we might as well go ahead and start to set up the fuel loader and everything that we need to go ahead and fly to the moon. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is place down our fuel loader like so, and then put down the launch pad, of course, so something like this. I'm sorry, Torch, you're gonna have to move for a second. Do that, and now we have the launch pad. We are gonna need some fuel, and I believe the creative tank that's down here is actually Galactic Craft fuel, so we can indeed use that to go ahead and fuel up our rocket. And let's go ahead and grab that bad boy, this tier 1 beautiful looking rocket boy. But yeah, we're gonna take that and we're gonna go ahead and toss that right up into the launch pad upstairs. Okay, so we're getting ready to go ahead and fill this bad boy up. We're gonna go ahead and put down 2 fluid conduits like so, put down our creative tank like so. Go ahead and tell this to go ahead and extract always active. That's gonna go ahead and load the fuel in there, and this does need power, but what I can go ahead and do is break this right here, and there's a capacitor bank right here, luckily for us, and then we're gonna run that power right up into this guy, so boom and boom, and then that should start to go ahead and fill our rocket. And then we're gonna come right on over here. Oh, I can't do that for some reason. That's gonna be a problem. We have to use the grindstone, good old grindstone, right over there, back to our old base. Okay, so making the dislocator is gonna be relatively simple to make. So all we gotta do is find an open crafting table. There we go. And I think I have pretty much everything I need here except for the Eye of Ender. So let's go ahead and make that, and then the Eye of Ender plus 4 draconium and 4 lapis will go ahead and make us 1 empty dislocator. At least I thought that was the case. It's blaze powder, 4 blaze powder, and boom, there is our dislocation charm. Perfect. And now we should be able to say, hey, let's take this, throw this in here, and slap it with the creative boy. And I think we're pretty much ready to go to the moon. Oh wait, you know what we don't have? Oh no, we do have all of our gear as well. Okay, I was about to say, if I didn't have my gear, that would have been really bad. So let's go ahead and head up onto the moon. So I think I have everything. I can slash home if I need to. You know what? The one thing I don't have actually is the dislocator pedestal. This is actually really important. So we're just gonna need some blaze powder, some somewhat stone, and it looked relatively simple to make, I think. So we're just gonna need some of this pressure plate. We're gonna need some slabs, and then I think we can use blaze powder here. Is it blaze powder that's the recipe? No, it's some sort of stone, but there is blaze powder in this recipe. So let's go ahead and put the stone inside of here with our slabs and our pressure plate and make this dislocator pedestal. This is going to allow us to go ahead and put down the dislocator into the pedestal, which will allow us to teleport back and forth relatively easily and simply. So now that we have that, we should in theory be ready to go to the moon. Before we go to the moon, there is one more thing I want to grab really quickly, and that is a new weapon for fighting the moon boss. Now I do think I can get away with making a draconic throwing knife, but I'm not entirely sure, so I'm gonna give it a shot. I just had an idea, and it's about gambling. I'm pretty sure we can get loot crates that drop the Armageddon, which is like the most powerful crossbow in this entire like mod pack, and I'm about to gamble if I'm gonna get it or not. I am really gambling right now, hoping that I get something insane from this loot loot crate opening. As you can see, I've opened quite a few chests already full of things. Like, I've gotten some pretty unique items like portal guns, creative tool modifiers. I mean, some insane stuff, but not what I'm really looking for. Here's the plan. I'm gonna open up the rest of these one last time. If I don't get it, I have a backup plan. I'm gonna make a insane weapon using the creative modifiers that I've gotten like billions of from opening these crates. So unfortunately, I didn't get what I wanted. However, I did get these creative modifiers. So I'm going to creative them and I'm going to make the most insane, like crazy weapon of all time with my Hunter's throwable knives that I got in like episode 2 or something. I'm going to be honest, I'm tired of having to freaking climb up and down this thing using my shift button. So I'm just going to freaking set up dislocators. So it turns out to make reinforcement upgrades, you got to melt down obsidian, but you also need like large plates, right? So I don't think I've made that yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and make that, and then we'll go ahead and pimp out this throwing knife. Turns out you didn't even need to do that, by the way. I didn't even need to make a cast. I can just basically throw this in here and call it a day, which is pretty sick actually. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take this now and put my throwing knife in the table here, and I'm gonna basically add on all of these creative modifiers like so. And you know what I probably could do with maybe the auto station or something. Yeah, this guy right here. I probably could do with that, but I think I'm just gonna do it by hand for now. And what I'm gonna do is add on all of the reinforcement upgrades that we need, like so. To go ahead and make it unbreakable. So that should be right. Wait, do I actually need 10 for that? I actually might need 10 for that. I don't actually know the number there. Yeah, I'm gonna need a little bit more than that. I wish I can just like shift click this and put them all on there, but I guess not. But yeah, I'm gonna upgrade it so it's unbreakable, and then I'm gonna put a bunch of nether quartz on this thing, and it's gonna do like so much damage. Okay, so I've been doing some upgrades to our knife here, but I want to go ahead and upgrade the actual like knife head, and I found that the best knife head to get right now, minus infinity, which we can't even get right now anyway, is refined glowstone. Seems to do 12 hearts of damage, but to get refined glowstone, I need to make the glowstone ingot from mechanism. We're gonna need an osmium compressor. So let's take a look at the osmium compressor really quickly and see if we can craft this bad boy up. Elite circuits, ultimate or basic gas tank, compressed iron. We did get printed circuit boards from the opening of the crates here. I know that there's some in here somewhere that we can go ahead and get, but yeah, to make the circuit boards, those are quite easy. We just gotta craft up these circuit boards with their respectable alloys, and then we should be able to get it quite easily. So it turns out it does have a max, by the way. 2,784 quartz, by the way, is the maximum, and it currently does exactly, I believe, according to this, 135 hearts. I think that's gonna be more than enough. I found all the printed PCBs, and yeah, so what we're gonna go ahead and do is grab some iron really quickly and hopefully make the compressed iron gear that we need for the osmium compressor here. We are gonna need a basic gas tank, which is gonna be some redstone plus some osmium, which is not bad. Right here, osmium boys. And then once we do this, we should be pretty much good to go ahead and make the osmium compressor. I did went ahead and made the circuits, and it wasn't too bad. Again, it was the same recipe. So now that we have that, we should be able to go ahead and say, let's go and make the osmium compressor. There we go. Put that there, and then get the 2 printed circuit boards like so, and a compressed iron gear like so, and boom, we now have the osmium compressor, which I'm just gonna quickly throw here, and then that's gonna need some osmium right here. Beautiful. Dude, what is this base? It is such a mess. There we go. And we're gonna need some glowstone ingots. I can't believe I'm going through all this work just to make a bit more damage. I don't even know if it can even upgrade our damage, to be clear. Okay, so I have my knife now. I'm gonna take my knife. I believe this is how this works. I don't know if I have to do it here or what. So if I do this, can I replace it? I can. It's only gonna give me like, 78 hearts. That's nuts. It literally does 156 attack damage. Brother, I also kind of did a thing. So you know how, this has a max level of 2,784 quartz. Well, I just found out that yeah, the redstone, the haste modifier on my pickaxe doesn't have an upper limit. I just blew through a stack of modifiers and you won't believe how fast my pickaxe is. It is literally mining speed 2,500, 2,600. By this rate, I'm gonna have a like mining speed of like 3,000. I am now curious what happens when I put 3 stacks of modifiers of redstone on my pickaxe. I'm gonna do it. I'm curious. I'm gonna fill this up with another 100 or 128, redstone and see what happens. Probably at this rate, we'll probably get a mining speed of like 10,000. So I did 128 more modifiers of redstone. We're at 9,000 with a mining speed of 16,836 mining speed. Alrighty, guys, I have everything that we need to go ahead and go to the moon. I have our way back. I have a empty one, so we can go ahead and set that up when we get there. And yeah, let's hop into our rocket and hit the space. Actually, wait, before we do that, let me go ahead and hit F to check our fuel is good. Perfect. We're ready to go, boys. Let's go ahead and do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff, baby. Enjoy the ride. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and go to the overworld boy and then click on that guy. Go ahead and click on the moon and let's go ahead and launch to the moon. And boy, oh boy, we are getting ready to go ahead and land on the moon here. Now, it does say hold space to slow down, I know, but once we get to about around like 200 blocks or when we see the ground, I probably should actually slow it down a little bit just so that way it's not going to be too crazy. Perfect. And then now we are on the moon, slowly touching down here. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to the moon. I am so excited. Let's go ahead and get ourselves the dislocator like so. Perfect. Go ahead and put this guy down like so, and then go ahead and put our home one like so. That way we can teleport back and forth to home and to the moon. Okay, now that we're on the moon, there's a few things that I want to go ahead and set up. Let's go ahead and set up this guy with a tank here, a full oxygen tank like so. So that way, if in an emergency, we can come back right to here. And now that we have that, we're pretty much good to go. The only thing is now we have to basically run around and see about finding a moon dungeon. I know, crazy. We don't have any sort of flight, so this is actually gonna be kind of annoying to deal with, but hopefully we can find one relatively quick. Alrighty, we finally found a freaking dungeon, dude. We have traveled really far away. I'm really hoping this has the key to what we need, hopefully. Anyways, let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy. Hopefully we're not gonna get like absolutely like swamped. I think we can just like run straight through this essentially. So if I, have out my throwing knife just in case. Also, let me make sure I'm not. Why am I in peaceful? Just wanted to make sure that I was not in peaceful. I was like, why? Oh God, this is actually crazy. Okay, so let's go ahead and run through this. Oh God, I should really have came here with, better weapons. Maybe like a crossbow or something. Let's go ahead and run through this. Hopefully we're good to go. Oh God, there's more skelly bros in here. Run through it. Oh God. Now that we're in this guy, hopefully boss room soon. Maybe, potentially. I think we have one more to go. Ow, back up, buddy. Go ahead and run into this guy and let's go ahead and smoke him. Oh, don't tell me this doesn't work on this guy. Oh, nope, I already killed him. Already, literally one shot the boss. That is insane. Also, out of curiosity, no way this works, right? I put this in here and then like creative that and get like a bunch of keys, right? I don't think that's how that works, and do this. Please tell me I have what I need. I got a tier 2 rocket schematic. Perfecto. Ooh, a division sigil. I'll take that. And I don't think I need anything else. I think we can literally just dislocate here and then we can just go home. Let's come over here to the NASA workbench. Click on that bad boy. Apparently crashed the game as well. Let's try that again. Let's go ahead and click this and then let's go ahead and click over to next and click this, put this in here. Unlock schematic. Guess what, guys? We can now make the tier 2 rocket. Unfortunately, guys, it is time time to wrap up today's episode of Project Ozone 2 Kappa Mode Creative. With that being said, if you guys did enjoy today's episode, please do me a huge favor, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, ding dong that notification bell, become a counselor of elder. As always, guys, I love you. I'm gonna leave you till next time. Bye bye.